Leesa, 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 for your mattress and beyond. Yeah. I love it. Leesa is the mattress of the ages. It's the mattress that Khalyla and I use in my bedroom. Mm-hmm. That's where the Celeb King sleeps. Do you find yourself distracted, forgetting things, making mistakes at work? A quality night's sleep makes all the difference. The right mattress is the difference between resting and just laying down. You know, there's a difference, guys.
What's the difference?
The difference is when you have. I saw a Star Trek Next Generation where they couldn't get REM sleep. Nobody on the ship, and they all started going insane.
Okay.
But Leesa, if they had Leesa mattresses on that Star Trek Next Generation episode, everyone would be so sleepy and so good at their job. It really is a miracle worker. For every mattress they sell, what happens?
Do you know they donate a tree?
And what does tree provide?
They don't donate a tree. They plant a tree.
They plant a tree. They don't.
They donate it to the earth.
That's exactly what I was thinking when he said it.
What do you mean,
lady?
Of course, that's what it means.
You're donating it back to the earth.
Look, over 300,000 happy Leesa sleepers agree, all right, that the Leesa mattress gives them the rest they need.
What was I thinking?
You're ridiculous. Order your Leesa mattress online at Leesa.com/belly and try it risk-free for 100 nights. It ships direct to your door in a convenient box with free shipping and free returns. Buy Leesa for a fraction of the cost of traditional mattresses. Don't miss Leesa's limited Labor Day sale. Get up to $235 off and free shipping on the Leesa mattress at Leesa.com/belly. That's LEESA.com/belly.
Leesa, Leesa, Leesa.
5,
4,
3, 2, 1.
Da da dee da 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 do da dee da 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 do da do dee da da. I ever knew da 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 da. Hey, hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, Gilbert.
Hey, Bobby.
George, what's up? To you. We got White Man Bryce. What's up, White Man Bryce? Hey, what's up? We had little cats through there. That was nice, huh? Yeah. We got Gilbert in the house. How your life?
Hey, pretty good.
How your life? Good.
How your life? Good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. 저만해요. We got my girlfriend Khalyla. And listen, guys, this is a very special podcast. It's probably one of the most special guests I've ever had on the show. We've had a lot of good people. Stone Street, Jordan Peele, Dave Navarro. That was a good one. A lot of good ones. But this one is literally my favorite because I would just do a little back intro to it. Mm-hmm. There's I know. They're literally I want to be real, okay? There's not a human being out there that I hated more. I mean, you like when I watched like Schindler's List, right? And I knew, they didn't show Hitler in it, but I probably hated this girl more than Hitler. I mean, I used to pray to God that he would take her off the face of the planet. Yeah. But the funny thing about life, very mutual.
Okay, gotcha.
And this is life. These are life lessons, and Papa talks about life lessons all the time.
All the time,
right? You never know. The Lord surprises you with many gifts, and opens your heart if your heart is open. Okay. And we have now this woman. She's a comic, very funny, and that's very difficult for me to say. But she's very funny. That was difficult to say.
I'm bleeding.
But I said it. And she is here. She's very funny. Eleanor Kerrigan. Give her a round of applause, everybody. You may talk now, Eleanor.
It's amazing. What an intro.
Yeah.
I wish you would bring me on stage like that. That would be great.
Well, what are my intros with you?
I don't think I've ever followed you, but I've introed you.
And they've been
quite nicely.
Not only that, she introed me when we had our 20-year war.
Yeah.
Right?
20 years? Oh,
yeah, it was that long.
Shit.
I imagine not liking somebody for 20 years.
See, you're a hateful person. That's why you hated me.
Yeah.
I'm not hateful. I didn't hate you. To me, you didn't exist. That's the difference.
Yeah.
That's an evolved kind of hate.
It's like evaporated. It's like it was never there.
Yeah. So when in the 20 years, I mean, we've talked about it on.
But thank you for the prayers.
Yeah, you're welcome. The Comedy Store podcast, we talked about it, but I don't think a lot of my listeners have heard the story. So I think we should just kind of give them a little history real quick.
All right, let's start over.
Let's revisit.
When I first came to LA in 1997,
Was it then?
Yeah, that's when I first moved. I think I met you before that.
You were in San Diego.
I was in San Diego,
Right.
yeah. And I was friends with we don't have to get into him because I've only said great things about him on the podcast.
That's true.
But I was friends with Freddie Soto, and he was your best friend.
Yes.
They were like so close. And Freddie and I had a thing, and when I came up to LA,
What kind of thing?
Yeah, did you have a thing
the
prior?
thing is
Because
very
I
vague.
remember you first coming, and we went to, was it Ben Frank's then, or Mel's or something?
Right.
And we were trying to help you, like, you were going to sign with Worthy or whatever his name is. We were both like, no. And then you signed with him. I'm like, oh, this guy's an asshole. He doesn't listen to anything. Like, everything we told you not to do, you were like, I'm going to do that.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
all right.
because I thought Worthy was. I literally thought Worthy was
real. I'm not
and
kidding. I
he was
love
the
him.
only one that expressed any
great
kind of
guy.
interest. I don't say Richard. Why did you say Richard?
Eddie Riches.
No,
Yeah.
but you're right. He was interested, and he loved comics, so he was.
Yeah.
He was a hustler.
He was a hustler.
Definitely.
So I signed with him, and then it slowly turned bad for me with Freddie, where he just wouldn't talk to me, and then
you want to say why, or you're not going to say why?
Well, I mean, the reason why I know the reason why. It's not the reason why you think it is.
Okay.
Interesting.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Of them, yeah.
So there was a fight that I had with Freddie.
Yeah.
In La Jolla.
You spoke
about Fred
that.
Burns.
Right.
Right. And that I believe, right, was
the
separation between him and I. We went to blows almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so when I came to LA, I don't want to get into it because the thing is that I only have positive things to say about Freddie. I love him so much.
Got it.
You know, he passed, unfortunately. And but when I came to LA, Eleanor and Freddie's girlfriend, Princess Corey.
That's a real name.
It is her real name.
Self-proclaimed.
She's not
Self-proclaimed.
No, she's not Filipino. Why?
Because only Filipinos name their children
Weird
after like
stuff like that.
Princess Diana or Elton John.
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
That's
just
Well,
any
she
pop
named
culture.
herself Princess.
Oh, okay,
Corey.
okay.
Tell Eleanor some of the weird names that Filipinos have.
Manny Pacquiao's daughter is
Manny Pacquiao. You could have just stopped right there. That's awesome.
his daughter is named Queen Elizabeth.
So weird.
Yeah, it's weird, right? What are some other weird, like, there's fixture, like...
Are you Filipino? Yeah. Oh, you are?
Yeah.
You feel so
Wow.
disgusted by that.
Why did you look like that,
I know.
baby?
It's like,
No, I'm proud of it.
Yeah,
I'm
but that's
proud
not what
to
your
be
face said. You're like,
Filipino.
I am. That's the reality.
No.
Yeah.
I'm happy
Good.
to be Filipino.
She doesn't, she's half.
No, I'm Filipino. That's what I identify with.
I understand that, but I think
The other-
genetically you're half.
what's the other half?
Sure. Well, it's up to it's really
It's up
Bobby's
to Bobby?
decision. Yeah.
Don't make it up. Let's get a
French.
little kit and
French.
swab your cheek.
Yeah.
No, she's half Egyptian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I wouldn't ping you as a not that I'm racist, but I can always. All right, maybe I am a little bit.
But Princess Corey sounds very much
That's
like
interesting.
Yeah.
Filipino
It's-
name.
That's her name was just Corey, and then people just called her Princess Corey,
No, she called herself Princess Corey.
and then people just went, okay, that's what we're gonna call
I
her.
like
Yeah.
that.
Hey, she's wearing a ball gown. Why would we question it?
Yeah.
She had a tiara and a ball gown. It was like a Monday morning. You're like,
Do you think people that change their names, they just one day just wake up and they just say, no, you're calling me this from now on?
yeah.
Like Sting. I'm Sting now. And then you're like, oh, hey, Sting. Or The Edge. Right? Like, what's his real name? You should know, white guy.
Whoa.
I almost know. The thing is, I should know this because I was into YouTube. Fuck.
That's
Look
a
at the way
great
he-
white voice that you got. Is that a real?
Yeah.
Shit, I thought
Yeah,
you were.
yeah.
Is that a character?
No, that's his real. No, that's. We found a
Scared
real.
the shit out of me.
We found a real one. We found a real. I know. It scares me on a daily basis, but yeah, I know it's very scary. I know. He sounds like
So sorry.
somebody doing an impression of a white
Right.
guy.
I
Yeah.
thought it was Eddie Griffin.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah. So that's just a real voice, and
Look how red he's turning.
And it's a real shame. It's a real
I
shame.
know, that's how we get.
Yeah.
It's gross.
Yeah, it is gross. Why do you get so pink?
I'm pink too. Trust me. Are you Irish?
Scott's Irish.
Same shit.
God.
Same alcoholism.
Yeah. So for years, I just in my head I'm like, Freddie doesn't like me. Eleanor doesn't like me either.
But we had
Corey-
our separate fight. Why are we together? I mean, I know I was close with Freddie, but
What was our fight?
Oh my god.
The Kirk thing?
yeah, the cock thing.
Now, do we? When,
Are we allowed to curse on this?
Yeah. When's the last time I talked about the Kirk thing? It was recent, right? The Thai guy.
On last.
So people don't know about this. That was on Patreon.
Oh, that was a Patreon.
So you need
That was
to
so
you need to explain it.
I have to explain it.
Yeah.
All right. So
Wait, you did a Patreon about this?
yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You really think a lot.
I do
about
think about it. Yeah, I really do think about it a lot. So I'm going to just make a quick story, as quick as I can.
Yeah.
It's already too long.
So in my head, right, Corey and Eleanor became the talent coordinators at the store.
But that's not true.
I know,
I
but-
get it. I hear you.
You weren't the talent coordinator.
Nope.
Was Corey?
Yes.
Okay. But you were up there with her, helping her.
Sometimes because Scott Day, when he quit,
Yeah.
I was his assistant a little bit.
Yeah.
When he would, no one would he wouldn't show up on Mondays. 'Cause
Yeah.
He was drunk, poor thing.
Yeah.
So I would fill in. So I knew a little bit. So Mitzi asked me to help her.
Okay.
That's all.
So for some reason, I stopped getting spots.
That's not true.
Yeah, I did. And in my head, I thought it was you and Corey doing it.
We never had anything to do with the spots.
I know,
Mitzi
but
never let us.
I think somebody had said to me that she wasn't getting my avails.
That's crazy.
I know.
That's all
I'm not
Corey,
saying that.
yeah.
I'm just saying.
But Corey was the worst, talent coordinator in that, when people call in?
Yeah.
And she gave Mitzi everyone's name, whereas Scott Day would narrow it down
Right.
and pick who he liked. So there was a while where Mitzi was sick, and you could tell from the lineup, it was literally alphabetical. So it was the first one.
Yeah.
We were like, you have to check the other pages. It was so bad. It
Wow.
was terrible.
Yeah.
But
But
that was later. Corey wasn't there when that was happening.
But in my young paranoid head, I thought the world was out to get me. And so then one day Paulie goes, "We have a new manager, Kirk." Right? He's Thai, just like you.
Okay.
Just like you.
Right? That's what Paulie said.
Of course,
I go,
Paulie.
he looks Chinese? He said, "Yeah, dude." Right?
That's evil.
And he shows up, and this guy was like Pol Pot.
Yeah.
He was he didn't belong at a comic club.
But he ran it for 10 years in the 80s.
Oh my god.
So
Yeah,
they
yeah.
brought him back because they were like, he'll take over. He'll fix it.
He'll fix it.
Yeah.
But what Kirk would do, because I was Asian, is that he would put me up on stage.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, he'd go, "You want to go up?" Even if I didn't have a spot. And I was working the door.
He would override the.
He would override the lineup
Wow.
and just throw me up on stage all the time.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah, so
Because I would have squashed it.
I know. But I thought of Kirk as an ally.
Got it.
Did I like him? No.
He was crazy.
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 Yeah, I mean,
it's amazing that he was nice to you because, he would send Caponera home. He would send, big comics. He would be like, "You're late. Go home."
yeah.
You can't kick him out.
I know.
And
He
the
was
comics
crazy.
went crazy over
They went
him.
crazy.
So it's funny.
And he was also, none of the doormen liked him.
You
Right.
were-
Yeah,
right.
nobody liked him, but the only one that liked him was me.
But you also led the charge against him
What do you mean?
when we were going to stand up to him. Because I had my own fight with the waitresses. He was
No, but stop. Well, I thought I exposed the signatures.
Oh, boy, you're bringing up something different.
What do you mean?
What's the signatures?
He
What-
outed you guys.
I
That's
thought
what
I
thought.
outed you guys to Paulie about exposing Kirk. That I tried to put a stop to it.
No. Well, in the beginning, you were on the door guy's side.
Okay.
Of
So
let's
now
go-
This makes me look
Let's
so
go
fucking.
at. Oh, yeah.
Can I just say something? I just want to say this right
I'm
now.
a very rational.
I understand that it's making me look
person.
like such a weasel. Yeah. Right, and it makes
It's
me.
funny that you bring up Weasel because
Yeah.
here's what happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Weasel, a.k.a. Paulie.
Yeah.
said, dude, why is everybody mad at Kirk? And you were like, I'm not. And you were the only one that. So they all got mad at you.
Right.
And so did I, because I was like, dude, I stood up for the door guys in a meeting that I would never stand up for the door guys. They're not my job.
Yeah.
I was the waitress. I was the head waitress. So I stood up for them. And then, but it was Paulie who's, I'm going to say, was manipulating you. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
You're a young comic.
yeah.
So it's like, hey, Bobby, look at this. Like, be on my side. I'll help you.
I thought it was you had something signed that everyone signed. This is
no,
how
no.
I saw it.
Okay.
Okay.
You might have some people to talk to.
Right.
He needs
That
a
there
couch.
was you know what I mean, like hundreds of signatures, and I told Paulie.
Okay,
that
think of the Comedy Store and the organization it would take.
Hundreds of signatures.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing coke in the light booth. I can't find waitresses.
Yeah.
Comics are getting herpes. I'm getting screamed at. I don't know what's happening.
Wow.
Why would I get signatures?
So then, what you're saying to me then is that
You
I
fabricated all of this
I
in your
fabricated
head.
in my
I thought
head.
we got through this. I told you
I-
made up a lot of things. Not in a bad way, but like,
Yeah.
because when you don't talk to someone,
Right.
when you don't express to someone, like for years, I thought this person didn't like me, and I finally said something. They're like, "Oh no, I'm afraid of you." I'm like, "What?
Yeah.
Who's afraid of me?" And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Oh yeah, I do. You know, I'm kind of an asshole."
But
You know, you forget. You're like, "Okay, I can be intimidating, but I forget."
but because of that, and then so let's say I misunderstood it.
Okay, so
And
that
I
was
made it
the
up in my-
initial fight for
Oh, my
us,
God.
and then we used to fight in the kitchen. You remember our last fight was in the kitchen.
About the poo, about rice
About-
balls, about.
Okay, it's not rice balls, and nobody says poo.
Okay.
We're all adults. Or maybe the white guy says poo.
Yeah.
but
Definitely so cool.
I'm from
Yeah,
South Philly.
I know,
I've never
yeah.
said poo. Poo is on a menu somewhere in Korea.
Yeah.
No, shitballs.
Shitballs.
That
That's right.
was before all this started.
Right.
So that was probably, I put a negative.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Well, she used to, this is what she used to say.
confused,
I'm just
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Okay. She
Yeah.
used to
What
say
nationality are you?
Filipino.
Okay,
Okay.
good. Filipino.
the Asians in her neighborhood growing up in South Philly,
Yeah.
right, used to pick shitballs.
Wait, what does
We
that
called
mean?
them shitballs. They were little ginkgo. Somebody sent me a thing. I think it's ginkgo balls. They grow on trees and they really, truly smell like hardcore sewer shit. And when we would play football, if we got it on our clothes, my mother would lose her shit. She was like, just burn your clothes outside. And walk around naked. No one likes you. So she hated it. She hated it. And so for years they were like, "Don't play. The shitballs are out there."
Yeah.
So we had to find. We would play football, tackle football on cement because we couldn't go on the grass because of the shitballs.
Shitballs, yeah.
So one day we saw all these Asian ladies picking it up. So I was like, "What the?"
Sounds about right. Sounds about right.
Right? So I
Yeah.
went over and I go, and I don't know nothing. I'm an Irish kid living in an all Italian neighborhood.
Yeah.
So all I know are meatballs, pasta. Like I don't know anything.
Yeah.
And I go over and I'm like, what are you doing? Like it's not apples, bitch.
Yeah.
It's shitball.
Yeah.
Those things stink. She goes, oh, we make a soup. Get the fuck out of here. I was pissed.
Right. Okay. But now when she's telling me this, right?
I don't know what kind of Asian she is.
I know, but
don't
in my head, it's an attack on me,
Of course.
right? Because I'm sitting there. I don't think she
Paranoid
likes me as it is,
schizophrenia.
right?
Yeah. You hear
and
this.
she's talking about, hey, your people eat shitballs, right? And I'm like, what? I've never heard of that.
You make
You guys
soup.
do. You guys make soup out of the shit, right? And I'm like, that's an attack on my fucking heritage, bitch.
Well, my father fought in Korea.
I know he did.
No, but I'm just. I remember I was on the phone one time with my dad, and I was telling him about Bobby because this was when we were like human to each other. And I was like, he's Korean, and he goes, north or south, girl. And I'm like, oh my god, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah,
Bobby, north or
South,
south?
South, 100%. Okay, lady.
Okay, calm down, fucker.
So then then after that, years.
Just quiet, like silence, because to me, like I said, he evaporated.
Yeah. To me, she existed. Like I would see her in the hallway, and I'd have to
I
make.
hate that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, in my head, I had to go. Gotta go around. Gotta go around.
Not
And
again.
that's almost every night.
Because I was a waitress there for 12 years. And he was on stage every night. awful is that?
It's
I feel
awful.
terrible.
It's awful.
Not even a head nod or anything.
Right.
It's just
Oh fuck
Oh,
no!
no.
What are you nuts? I'm Irish. When we close down,
Yeah.
we close.
She closed.
Do you ever hang out with Irish people?
no.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
When we shut down.
Yeah, she
Oh,
shut
it's
down.
Cold.
I
Yes.
evaporated. She shut down. Right.
Brutal.
Yeah.
He could have been in the hallway, and to me, that was just a ghost.
Damn.
Like
That's
I
what it
wouldn't
felt
even,
like. I swear to God. She would even have conversations with people that I'm friends with. We were
Like
friends with the same
around
friends.
him.
Around me, right?
Like if he was there, I'd be talking to you directly.
through him.
As if
Yeah,
it wasn't.
Yeah. And
That's mean,
And
man.
I know, and it went on.
I'm mean. I'm
It
sorry.
went. No, it's okay. I'm sorry for ratting people. I'm a rat, but it 20 years of that.
But then I left for a year and came back after Freddie passed as a comic, which is even worse for him. 'Cause he's like, I didn't know he had all this stuff cooped up in
Yeah.
his head.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay, let me get better at stand up, but avoid
Bobby.
Yeah.
Bobby. And I wasn't a regular, so I was just doing. You wouldn't come in on those nights that mostly I was there.
Yeah,
so
but
we
I
didn't
would.
cross.
I swear to God, a couple of times I knew you were on stage, and I would go in to see you, and in my head I'm like, please bomb, like
obsessed.
please not be funny.
See how negative I'm not.
And then when she would get a laugh, it would ruin my whole week.
Why are you
It would devastate me.
That's
I'd be laying in bed
terrible.
like, dear God, please give her lung cancer.
Oh my God. You know what's weird?
Yeah, yeah,
I'd be
yeah.
praying for the same shit.
Yeah. Like I hated her. I'm being real right now.
Yeah.
No, and I appreciate
Yeah,
it. being
yeah.
real. But then when I became I was like, okay, I'm going to be professional because to me, I was raised technically by Mitzi in the Comedy Store,
Yeah.
where it was the Comedy Store, not the waitress store. Nobody gave a shit about the wait staff or the door guy. The comics were important. So he was a hierarchy, technically. So I'm like, can't fuck with that in my head. So one time he came in to do I was hosting open mic, and he came in to do a spot.
Oh gosh.
And I was so nervous, and I think I mentioned every single thing you've ever done. Like I think the
She
best
did, yeah.
intro, like
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Like it was almost overboard.
Like
And at the time,
Yeah.
Ari Shafir and you hadn't made up yet, and
Oh.
Ari was sitting in the audience.
so many battles.
Yeah.
I know. So you know it's
So
not
imagine
me.
now
It's not me. It's him. He's
Yeah. You know what? You know what, guys? You know what? I'm gonna tell you this right now. I've been in battles. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm a fucking warrior for life, and I'm not gonna make excuses for that.
okay. Sit
All
down.
right. That's it. All right.
are you in
Yes,
battle
I'm a
with?
liar. I'm
Who
a
are you in
deceiver.
battle with?
I'm a deceiver. But let me say something. It's all based. We have a commercial break. We have a commercial break.
Yeah, what is it?
What is it? Who's our sponsor?
And we do have a sponsor, and that is 23andMe.
Oh my God! 23andMe is a DNA testing service that can offer insights into your ancestry, health, wellness, and traits. The 23andMe Health and Ancestry Service includes reports on how your DNA can influence your weight, sleep quality, caffeine intake, sense of taste, whether you're likely to be lactose intolerant, and more.
That's like you.
Yeah.
We should put a wager on my results.
We put in our results, guys,
We'll
with
see.
23andMe.
Yeah, because we turned it in, we sent it to the labs, and we should try and figure out what percentage of what I really am. Since you insist I'm French,
Yeah. And I bet if it comes back anything else, we're done.
He's
what?
gonna break up with you.
Yeah.
He'll leave you.
But anyway, 23andMe, dude, is it's what God's.
It's like having God's sheet of like how He made us.
That's right. That's what
That's
I want.
like-
That's what I wanted to
It's
say.
it's the file. It's
Exactly
our file.
Exactly what I
That's
wanted
our
to say.
And what if you find out that, let's say,
You're not Korean. What
Yeah,
if
that you're not Korean at all.
100% Japanese.
No, there's either that or I'm some sort of alien creature.
Well, you can order your 23andMe Health and Ancestry Service Kit at 23andme.com/TigerBelly. That's the number 23andme.com/TigerBelly. Check it out. Oh, we love 23andMe.
23andMe. And anyway, I'm back. Anyway, right? I'm a deceiver,
23andMe was great.
23. I love it.
Great.
But the thing is that, the celeb king, Papa, right?
What
Yeah.
happened?
That's
What-
me.
Okay,
I'm
but
celeb
you're
king.
Papa?
I am
Okay,
Papa as
fair.
well. Yeah.
Many things.
The captain.
Mother of
Okay,
God.
I'm the captain. I'm the
Okay.
captain. Okay.
All right, Princess Corey, come.
I'm a lot of things. Okay,
Yeah.
and I'm ashamed of a lot of it. But yes, I've been in many wars.
Well, this was the funny thing. I did that intro. I get off and I'm like, oh, okay, hopefully he won't be mad. You know, he didn't see that it was fake. And I go over and Ari goes, but you didn't have to go that far. That guy's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
But you also, at that time, and don't get mad, but I'm going to bring it up.
Okay.
I know this is your podcast, but
Yeah.
you told Tommy if he made me a regular, you would never come in there again.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You said that.
Oh yeah.
Now, did I ever tell Tommy if you fucking give
No,
Bobby
I want to apologize for that.
All right. I'm just saying.
I'm just telling you right now. I want to apologize for that, and that was like low.
That was probably, of all the things you guys mentioned, the lowest of the low.
Yes.
Well,
And-
that was a direct hit where I was like, fuck. Because Tommy told me, because he
Yeah.
never not told anybody
Right.
anything. It was just
I'm-
like,
and-
why did you tell me that?
And now that you said that, I feel shame. I do.
So you want to do
I'm
like
smiling.
a shame
I
No,
know.
no,
walk?
no, I'm
I
not
know
doing
you
a shame
do.
walk. I'm not doing a shame walk.
I
I'm
don't want
absorbing. I'm absorbing the shame.
And we already went through this.
I
feel
understand.
like
I'm doing it again though. Let me shed it.
Therapy.
Okay.
therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm ashamed of that. I'm not justifying to sleepers out there listening. All right. I'm not justifying anything. But it was out of survival.
So, of what? Survival of what? I was an open mic.
I know.
Jackass.
I know. But what I did was so fucked up. And I'm really ashamed. I was kidding about that. All right, it's not about survival. What
You've
I
never
did,
been in a battle. You
I-
wear flip-flops at night. You're a weirdo. Stop it now.
You fuck your white fucking laugh right now, dude. It's really just fucking grating on me right now. Bud. I love it though.
Let it out. Let it out. I got your
did
white back.
I think I did. I remember telling Tommy that. Here's another thing that you did, just to throw it. If we're
Okay,
gonna do it,
please, yeah.
so just get it out there, right?
Yeah.
So
Comes
one day
another
I'm at the
missile.
comedy store and a couple of comics come to me and goes, Eleanor's at the
Oh, no, I know what this one is.
Eleanor's at the Laugh Factory. She's telling everyone upstairs that you're gay.
Started gay,
Yeah,
rumor?
Yeah. And I go, what do you mean, like as a joke? No, full blown. You sucked off Andy Dick in the bathroom and all these fucking things. And I'm like, what? Yeah.
Time out.
Yeah.
Time out. Here's the deal.
Yeah.
What the hell's that guy's name? Ashley Hamilton.
It was Ashley Hamilton. That's right, Ashley Hamilton. Yeah.
New guy, kind of gullible, whatever.
His father's an actor.
George.
Hamilton.
Yeah.
Oh, it's George Hamilton.
Yeah, son. Yeah.
Great guy, though.
Great guy.
And
Yeah.
he's trying, him and I started stand up together, but I have a long history with comics. So we're sitting there with Brian Holtzman.
Yeah.
And this guy, Brian's nuts.
Brian's the
Brian's the best,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So we have Brian Holtzman. We're sitting there, and Ashley's like, "Well, my favorite comic's Bobby Lee or something like that." We go, "Oh, me and Brian immediately go into let's break balls." So we both look at each other and
Yeah.
like, "Oh, that one," Holtzman has no idea of our history.
Yeah.
Brian, no idea whatsoever.
Yeah.
He goes, "He's a little gay."
Yeah.
And he
Oh
goes,
my
"No,
God.
he's not gay." Ashley says that, and I
Yeah.
go, "Oh yeah, big queer." He's been sucking dicks at the comedy store bathroom for years.
For years.
Because that was a rumor
Right.
that somebody brought to me.
Right.
That they caught you in the main room.
Okay, yeah.
bathroom.
No,
What is that a rumor?
No. Stop.
Whoa.
No. I'm not ashamed. Yeah. I'm telling you what the rumor is.
Yeah.
I didn't start it, but he blamed me for starting
I'm going to
it.
tell you this right now
I
because
feel like he started his own rumor.
No.
He tends to do that a lot.
No, I'm going to tell you what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Is one night years ago, Andy Dick was at the comedy store.
It was Andy Dick. It was that.
Yeah, it was Andy Dick. Okay, and he was blitzed out of his mind. And this is when news radio. So he was like,
Didn't we have a party? It was a party that night. 'Cause
Yeah.
I remember cleaning up like it was an
right.
insane party.
He was
thing.
wild that
Yeah.
night. I went to the bathroom as a doorman. I have the comedy store shirt on, right?
Yes.
He follows me in there, right? And he pulls his dick out. And I walked out of the fucking bathroom. That's all that happened.
Okay, but other doormen.
I know. I
Saw
understand.
this.
No, they saw me walk in there with them. But let me say this right now. Have I sucked dick before? Yes.
Yeah, but I don't know any of that.
I'm telling you right now.
I just
but
know
I
these
never.
idiots
But I never
started.
did it at the comedy store. I did it as a younger man.
I believe
And-
you.
And thank you, sweetie.
I
And that's-
actually do.
Thank you so much.
Only reason is you've always been pretty transparent about all your previous dick sucking. That why would he deny it now? Why would he
You're
deny
right.
sucking a dick of a celebrity?
So all right. So I ratted you out, right to Tommy. You try to spread the rumor that
I
I'm gay.
didn't.
It's
We were
it's
fucking
I know,
with
I
Ashley.
understand that.
Him
But
taking it serious
I know, but he
was
came to the
hysterical.
store. He came to the Comedy Store. Ashley Hamilton looks at me right in my face.
I thought he called
goes,
you.
No, he came.
Oh, okay.
He goes, "You're gay?" I go, "I'm not gay." What? He goes, "Eleanor, tell everybody you're gay." You know.
What if he told his dad, George Hamilton thinks you're gay?
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
So tan.
And literally, I had such rage.
Did you have the eye trembles?
Oh yeah, I was
Oh,
like
no.
just
Polyps.
Do your eyes
polyps.
tremble?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right
when I
under
get
here.
so
they
raged.
go.
Is that an Asian thing?
No, it's just me.
That's asking.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So that happened, and so now many people listening to us right now think, "Wow, well, how in God's name did you resolve your differences?"
That's true.
Right? And it was literally the last thing I wanted to do. You know, but I'm glad it happened.
Is it true that when? Okay, let's do this. After Freddie passed,
Yeah.
you were on the patio and you said to another comic, "Do you think Eleanor and I will ever resolve our issues?" And they said that died with Freddie Soto.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
and I always kept that in my head because that person told me, and I was like,
yeah.
"That's
That
awful."
happened. Yeah.
That's crazy how you can carry that much vitriol for Eleanor and you're not even clear about what happened.
Right.
Like, it's everything. We imagine our enemies. We imagine so many bad things because, you're just on the defense a lot.
Yeah. But also years of it's been so long.
But I can be cold so it can come off like that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
because when somebody's that cold and shuts down, I'm an ass. I get it.
She
If I don't like you, it's weird.
but it's not that. You know what I've discovered since now the last couple of years we've been friends. How long has it been?
It's only been a couple months.
Couple of years. 4 days.
No, how long? It's been over a year though.
It's been over a year.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
did the podcast last year.
Last year,
That
right.
was ballsy of me to ask you.
That was
No?
insane. It was
So what
crazy.
was the first interaction?
I don't
finding
I
understand.
out?
literally
How did
was
that go
at
down?
the Comedy Store about a year ago.
Yeah.
Right.
In the basement.
Yeah, in the basement, and Eleanor was just hanging out.
We
And I-
just finished doing a podcast.
and I was just like, when she's around at that point, I was just like, I don't care. I don't really care. But then she looks at me, right? And I'm like, what the fuck is this
For the
shit?
first time in 20 years.
Yeah, what the fuck is this shit? This is scary.
So what
Now
happened?
you exist.
And she goes, hey, you want to do the podcast?
What do you do?
I go, yeah. I didn't think about it.
Did you look
did- he
behind you
did.
to see if she was talking through you and there was someone
else
behind you?
behind.
No, but I'm not. I wouldn't be surprised if he did because he used to go to Philadelphia and think I was going to have him killed.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
feared
yeah,
for
yeah.
your
I mean, I
life?
could,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it
yeah,
could
yeah.
be here too.
So when she said that, I couldn't believe my ears. And I immediately said yes. Because when you're walking around with that much fucking garbage luggage,
It is
garbage. It's garbage luggage. It's like you're just it's on your back, and you're walking around, and then you realize one day you don't even know why it's there. You're carrying all this bullshit, and it's dumb and it's irrelevant. And when she said it, it was almost like I was able to drop one piece and just go clunk.
Yeah.
There's one piece. And then when we did the podcast,
It was pretty intense.
it was pretty intense but good.
Yeah, because Rick Ingram, my co-host, had no idea. So
Yeah,
he was
he had
just
no
sitting there in shock,
In shock. Yeah.
watching a tennis match.
It's unbelievable.
Two
Like he didn't
people-
have any idea, but he
Zero,
did.
but
It's so crazy.
I don't talk about it. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't. Like again, you evaporated, so it wasn't. You weren't there. I hate to say it like that, but I really wouldn't talk
Right.
about it. Like if somebody said. I can remember being on the road with Dice and people come up, oh my God, I was at the Comedy Store. Do you know Bobby Lee? I'd be like, oh yeah. And they're like, he's my favorite. I'm like, that's awesome. Go kill yourself. I want to buy a t-shirt. Like that's all I would do. I
Yeah,
never said
yeah.
anything negative.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you never know who's,
Right.
but I could never say you weren't funny. I couldn't say that. I
Yeah.
could say a lot of things about you,
Yeah.
but I couldn't say that. Because he was funny. He would
yeah.
kill.
But and then let's talk about Post now.
Yeah.
Who?
The Post. What happened?
Post,
At Post.
I thought
the
you said
year.
toast. I'm like,
The year of having a friend. Would you call it a friendship?
oh boy.
Here we
Put a
go
girl
again.
on the spot.
Yeah.
Not yeah.
It's hard. It's hard. Is it hard?
Football games.
It's pretty hard. Huh?
Yeah, I know. I want to know.
Is it hard?
Is it hard? It's not hard. No. Again, I don't think about it, but it is different.
Yeah.
So it's like,
yeah.
oh shit.
But
yeah.
did you think though that we'd ever be friends?
Not really, but again, I didn't ever think about it. Like,
Right.
I know
Right.
that's evil.
Yeah,
but at the same time, like, now when I come in the parking lot, I'm like, oh, I don't have to talk around this guy.
Yeah.
I can actually say hello to this guy.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of getting to know you.
Yeah. Can I say this? When I see you, I feel joy. and then that.
I feel like that's
no, I run up.
I don't know
Do
why.
I not run up to you?
Yeah, but it's more like a
run?
mocking.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
It's I don't. First of all,
He's like, I need a hug. I was like, ugh.
yeah. But that's
But
the
I
kind
hug
of
everybody?
Yeah.
That makes me awkward.
Yeah. Or like
You're
sure
not
her
there
back
yet.
will be turned and I'll hug her from behind.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, come on.
yeah. But now when I see her, it's excitement and joy, which is a miracle.
But it's also like it's a bandage that was pulled off. Like,
That's
all right, we
what
don't
it-
have to friggin'
that's
deal with
what
this
it
shit.
is.
Yeah.
It should have been like that for 20 years.
Well, it wasn't.
I know it wasn't.
No, but
it
it's
should have
weird.
been.
Yeah. And
With
now,
Ari too. With my thing
how
with
long
Ari.
did it take you to make
4
up with
years.
Ari? Oh, he only
3 or
did
4
4 years.
yeah, only
See,
4 years,
the Jews
I think.
are easy to maneuver. The Irish, you can't get us to fold.
Well,
man.
Koreans are stubborn. You know. What you don't
like
think
the
Korean-
Irish? I don't know.
I'm not as probably as stubborn as the Irish.
I'm gonna say I don't hang out with enough Koreans to know, and
but
it's
yeah.
your fault that I don't
Koreans
hang
have
out
a lot
with
of like quick rage.
Very,
Quick rage.
very
Oh,
rageful.
Wait
Yeah.
a minute. You say just Koreans? Because I would say the whole continent. No,
yeah.
the whole.
Possibly,
Possibly, yeah.
but
Quick rage.
Koreans, especially, I guess, even
Yeah.
compared to like
Do you ever go
Japanese.
into a convenience store? Yeah, they freak out on you.
Yeah, but their rage is very quick.
Yeah.
They go from speaking to
100.
just straight 100% screaming.
0 to 100.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then he comes down pretty quickly. You come down quickly.
I do, but when it comes to, and it's, I don't know what it is, but when it comes to, and this is, when it comes to my stage time or being a stand-up,
Of course, your livelihood.
it's literally everything for me back then, and any perceived danger to it was automatically something that I had to kill, right, or fight off. I remember being like,
I would do the same thing.
right, like if I was at an open mic, and I signed up, and then they'd come up to me, yeah, you're not going up because we have too many people. But everyone else that signed up, yeah, but I don't know you, so And in my head, it would be not just oh, I'll just let it go. It was like, I remember you, I remember you,
Oh, no.
and I'm gonna get you. But that's in no other circumstances am I like that in. But when it comes to like if I hear a comic badmouth me to a club owner or something like that,
Oh, that's awful.
right? It would generate, you mean, a resentment and like, you're fucking with my livelihood, and it's just, and I perceived Eleanor and Corey and Freddie for a long time like that they were people that I had to fight, and some of my behavior was, in retrospect, appalling. But
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I admit it. I feel like I'm getting better in every area of my life. Even like when I'm, when I was on Mad TV and I used to shit in people's offices, or
I'm sorry, what?
yeah, or I used to
Shitballs?
or I got,
Say-
or I
Told
would
ya.
fart, in people's faces and just get in trouble. I crashed the company car when I was on Mad TV. I would just do things and I would act out, like I'm a rebellious comic and you can't tell me what to do kind of a thing.
Okay.
And now it's 100% the opposite. Like, I show up on time. I listen to, if they want me to stay as long as
You grew up. It took a
It's
while.
not
but you
that.
grew
It's
up.
not that. It's I think I did
You don't
grow
think
up.
it's a grow up thing?
Yeah,
I
that's
think
a
it
grow-up
is,
thing,
but
I'm sure.
I can see how the years have changed me, and I also know that not one event is going to ruin me, or back in the day, you thought that one bad
Oh,
thing
God, yeah.
was going to take you down, or
I'm still doing that.
yeah, there goes my future, Whereas now I know, oh, that guy doesn't like me. It's fine. I mean, I've never been to Montreal, right? And so in my
But you're
head,
successful, so who gives a shit?
yeah. I mean, also, but I've done other things,
Yeah.
and I don't. One thing isn't going to destroy me. One thing is not going to make me either. It's accumulation of just me staying in it and just constantly, auditioning and going up and just being present,
And maybe not thinking everybody's out to get you.
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
also, that's a very narcissistic trait.
To think everybody's out to get you.
Yeah, because you're still very focused on yourself, and you think that people are taking the time to bother to speak about you, to think about you, to even like when you audition, say for instance, and you're like, that was the worst audition ever, I can never see that person again. In your head, you're thinking that person is going to remember you. That person's not going to remember you or how
they
badly
see
you
5,000 people a day.
did. Right.
They don't.
So
I have actually seen people that I have auditioned for, and they're like so cool. Yeah. But in
And you're
my
like,
head,
oh,
I'm
they
like,
like
oh,
me.
I'm out for it's I mean, I have problems.
But
I have
feel
I'm
like
sensitive.
everybody does that. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people do that. And I know people don't like me talking about showbiz and all that stuff, but
What's that mean?
I don't like to get too deep into
The biz.
the politics or
biz.
politics or the biz of
circuit.
it. Yeah.
The circuit.
Oh my god, the circuit.
The NACA circuit.
Yeah.
See you around the circuit.
Yeah, there was an open micer.
I remember you said that on our podcast, and I laughed so hard. I was like,
see you around the
yes.
circuit. I go, there is no circuit.
If
And
somebody said, I'll see you around the circuit, I
Yeah.
would have taken a sword out of my car and chopped their head off. I'll see you around the circuit.
I know.
It's just grounds for immediate termination.
Well, it's so funny because last night I saw a girl in the belly room, and she was new at comedy. Mm-hmm. She'd done it maybe 2 or 3 times, and she had an okay set.
Okay.
The audience, it was a bringer room, I think, and they laughed at her. And you could see her walk off stage and see, you know what I mean?
The belief,
believing
where she's going.
Right. And
Still had hope.
Right. And the change, right? And the future. I mean, all of it right in her face, right? And I giggled to myself. I go, that's going to go away real fast. But it's like, so when an open micer goes, I'll see you on the circuit, right? I get what it is. It's like him trying to go, I'm a comic too.
Yeah.
You don't
We're
know
on the
me.
same-
We're on the same thing. But I want to tell that person, no.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. And
You should whisper it. No, you're not. Right in their ear. It's
Yeah.
so creepy.
I've done. Did I ever talk about how through that glass?
Threw a glass?
Oh my
at her?
god, dude! There's this girl.
You threw a glass at a girl?
No,
This is
against the
getting
wall.
weird.
Against the wall in the hallway. This girl walks down the hall. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Have I talked about this?
A long time ago.
A long time ago. Yeah. She walks down and she goes, "Get out of the way." To me, I'm standing there with a drink,
Okay.
like a Coke or something. I go, "I'm not getting out of the way. Are you out of your mind?" She goes, "I'm a comic." All right. I go, I'm a comedian as well. And she, yeah, but we're both comics. You just get out of the way.
Okay.
Like she's walking through or whatever.
Yeah.
So I go, how many times?
She needed the whole hallway?
Yeah.
How big
How many
was
times
she?
have you performed here? She got 3 times, And I go, okay, I'm going to show you the kind of power I have.
Oh, I think I remember you.
Yeah.
Makes me so
She goes,
happy.
I go, stand back. She stepped back. I took the glass, I threw it against the wall, and it shattered. And then Brenton Middlecombe, sweeped it in the bag, and walked away. And I go, there's nothing they can do about it.
You're so ridiculous. What are you in a movie? Why are you in a movie?
Who was this girl?
I never saw her again.
Of course not.
Yeah.
She's terrified. They're throwing glasses at the wall.
Yeah.
There's some
Is that
crazy
another ad?
Korean
Is that another
guy.
ad? What is it?
Our favorite, Ridge Wallet.
Ridge Wallet.
Wallet.
My favorite ad in the world. Ridge Wallet. In your pocket for life.
Sing more of that favorite jingle.
Ridge Wallet.
Yeah.
Ridge Wallet in your pocket. Oh my God, guys. My Lord God, Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, I prayed years ago to get me the perfect wallet.
Yeah, you did.
And what Jesus did for me was we got a call saying that Ridge Wallet wants to sponsor us, and look at the wallet, okay?
Ooh.
It's slick, right? You put your money here, right? How much money does George have here?
Let's see how much.
$100 right here.
Wow.
I was showing off. I had $100 bills.
Is that all you own?
Is that all you have?
It seems like all you have, yeah.
Who carries $100 bills, George?
Yeah, this player does. And all your credit cards, all your credit cards here fit here perfectly, guys. And it literally is, I'm not kidding you, the wallet that I use. It's my favorite. I'm so blessed that we have them
I
as our
have
sponsor.
one. My sister has one.
Everyone has one.
we know has one.
We love it. Do you
Get
have
on
one,
it.
Bryce?
I
have one.
Yeah, he does has one also. Guys, Ridge Wallet is the future. If you want to be Blade Runner, if you want to be Elon Musk's future self, that's where you go, is Ridge Wallet.
So go to ridgewallet.com and use the promo code TigerBelly for 10% off. They're slick, slim, and delicious. That's ridgewallet.com, promo code TigerBelly. Now, back to the show.
They have knives now too.
They have knives?
Yeah.
They have knives now, too. Ridge Wallet and knives.
Yum!
Greatest.
You did piss me off the other day, though, a little bit.
Oh, I hope so. Why?
What happened?
You know what's weird? I've been at the Comedy Store since 1993. As a waitress and then a comic. A waitress for 12 years, a comic for 11 years. And 2 people I've had problems with. They were both named Bobby.
Who's the
Weird
second
is
Bobby?
that?
Who's the second Bobby?
Ludington.
Oh, yeah. I love
What
him.
a piece of shit.
I love him.
What happened? What happened?
Bobby
What
Ludington's
a
the best.
piece of shit.
He
Maybe
was-
it's your size. You guys are the same size.
I know. He was
It was
my
the
boy for
Napoleon
life.
complex.
I love Bobby. And don't talk bad about Bobby right now, okay?
Okay.
All right. But
You
Bobby
didn't
was...
have to work under him.
It doesn't matter.
though.
Bobby's my
That's
boy.
the difference. Like,
He's my boy for life, and let's just throw it at that.
he'll do anything for you. He's a good guy when
Yeah.
you're not working with him. Does
Yeah,
that make
that's true.
sense?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Because he would do stupid shit to pit us against one another, and
Right.
try to get us in trouble.
Well,
with Mitzi.
all of
I'm like,
Paulie's
dude.
guys were a little bit,
Yeah.
you know.
But outside, like when I'm not working and I see him as a comic or whatever, I'm like, oh, this guy's great.
It is
No
unbelievable.
big deal. But he was just such a dick when we worked together.
It is unbelievable that you were a waitress for that long, that you one day started doing stand-up, and then you actually became really good at it.
Thank you.
And you just did a special, right? Was I saw you on TV or something?
I
like,
love that,
It was like a
but
TV
no.
spot or something.
No, it was the dice thing. That was 4 years ago.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah.
you keeping up with my career.
No, but I saw it and I go, wow, she's great.
Been
You
in
know
the
what I mean?
shitter ever since.
How did you end up in San Diego first from South Philly?
No, L.A.
Straight to LA.
Right to Hollywood. Yeah,
How did
I was
you-
going to be a big star.
Ah.
Didn't work out.
And so when you're waitressing for that long at the Comedy Store, do you just become so inundated with comedy that one day you decide, okay, I can actually do this?
No, absolutely not. Especially at the Comedy Store, because you see the best of the best. I mean, you see some shit, but you see the best of the best. So I never, the comics that I like when I watch, I never watched and went, oh, I could do that. No.
Right.
I wanted to be an actress. I was focused on that, especially in the beginning. And then I got close with Mitzi, and the acting was just going nowhere. And then I got engaged, broke that off. Got engaged again, got rid of that one. I'm terrible with that. And then I just got rid of my third one. So I'm not a closer that way. But I was focused on the acting. Then I became a wrestler for a while just to get the anger out.
Oh, yeah. I remember
What?
that.
You were a wrestler?
Yeah. Wow, Women of Wrestling. That was in 99, 2000, something like that.
Whoa.
So I thought it was gonna be. It's weird how good Glow is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
love that
thought
show.
that was exactly what happened to me. Corey was working. She quit the Comedy Store and she was working for this producer. So she's like, "You should come in for this audition." And I'm like, "I'm not gonna do it. It's wrestling, you know." And then me and Freddie and Rogan were in the kitchen one night at the store, goofing around and doing old wrestling, like hitting shit. Like I have a baseball bat in my car naturally, and I came in and I just started hitting shit and yelling things, and they were like, do that in the audition. And I was like, all right, and I did, and I got the fucking part.
Wow.
And I was like, I thought I was gonna get arrested.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I'm trying to tell my mom, who only wants me to be this nice little girl, but I'm the worst tomboy, that I'm going to be on this wrestling show. And she's like, oh my God, I'm so excited for you. And I'm like, really? And I was on a cell phone. So I was like, Mom, I'm going to call you back when I get home. So I get home and I called her from like a landline, which your listeners can Google that. And so I called her from a landline and she was like, as soon as I called, my sister Karen answered. She's like, yo, you're going to be on West Wing? I
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was so embarrassed. I was like, oh my God. She told the whole family in the 15 minutes it took me to get home.
I think you're going to be on West Wing.
Yeah. I have to tell everyone that I'm not going to be hanging out with Martin Sheen. I'm going to have a woman with a mullet and a sleeper hold. Like, it was awful.
Yeah.
So it became like, whatever. But I loved it because it whipped me into shape. And in that, like, I was always thin, but I was never like, I stopped. I was athletic as a kid and then stopped for a long time and was chain smoking. So I did that at the Forum in Inglewood. It was great.
Wow.
And now I do commentary for them. I'm one of their announcers.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. I
On
didn't know that.
TV,
Axis,
TV,
yeah.
however you
Yeah.
say that.
Wow.
So we're filming in October at what's the name of it? It's downtown. I'm the worst.
It's fine.
All right,
It's fine.
I'll figure it out.
But Google it, guys.
Google it, guys. Yeah, it's a really cool
amazing.
place downtown, and I'm doing the commentary, so I'm excited.
So I was working last week, and
Is this what pissed you off?
Yeah, yeah.
Look how he's hanging on to it, piece of shit.
He was
All
waiting.
right.
He was waiting the whole time.
I've been waiting for this whole time. I didn't even listen to a word you just
Not
said.
one word. Not one
Well, West
word.
Wing? You're gonna be on West Wing?
When I leave, he's like, "Tell Martin Sheen I said hi." Piece of shit.
Imagine if she was on West Wing though, because that's
Yeah.
your favorite show
It's
of
my
all
favorite
time.
show.
Oh my god, that
Yeah.
would have been.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'd be dead. I'd jump off the Hyatt.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Couldn't have got that part. Huh?
Yeah.
All right, so
So
go ahead.
I'm
What did I do
I'm
that
at
made you
work,
mad?
right? And I
At
go.
work means the Comedy Store.
No, I was on my television network job.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Okay.
My television
What a
network job.
dick.
Yeah.
Television network.
And the lady that's doing my hair, and I'm like, I don't know why I threw this up. I go, where were you last week? She goes, oh, I took a week of my favorite festivals in Las Vegas, so me and my husband went. And I go, what kind of? She's like, I guess sort of doom rock festival, heavy metal.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
Right.
I don't pay attention to
Yeah,
this
yeah.
shit.
And I go, She's like, it's funny because there was a couple of comedians that went up. It's a gigantic, and she goes,
Oh,
and
it just hit me.
what?
There was a big festival that we went over and did.
That's what you did.
Okay, go ahead.
Why? I didn't.
No, in my head, I forgot I did that.
And so when I complimented you,
explain
you didn't even know what the fuck I was talking
I'll
about.
explain it. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, I go, who are the comedians? And she goes, well, I don't like Dice. I love Dice, but she's like, Dice, he was okay.
A lot of women do
And
that.
I go,
Fine.
okay. She's like, but there was a girl before that went up, and I go, She was very funny. And in my head, I Dice, and then when he said there could only be one, and I'm like,
It's my second ex-fiance,
yeah,
Bobby.
I know. And I go, and I Googled her. I go, is it her? She goes, that's her! Right? So then when I see her, later, a couple days later,
I'm doing a podcast.
and I go in and I go, hey.
Interrupts the podcast.
I interrupt. I just walked in and I go, hey, the hair lady, she was at the Vegas and she said, you're great. And you go, like you didn't.
I go, thanks, man.
Yeah, I
That's
know,
cool.
that wasn't
You go,
enough.
it pissed me off. First of all, you shit on it the whole time. Then gave the compliment.
What?
You shit on it the whole time. Then gave the compliment. Like, no
Yeah.
way, it can't be. It can't be that somebody saw Eleanor and she was good. Fuck her. I hate her.
It was. Can I just
that
say
was
this?
your
It was.
psyche.
No, that wasn't it. No, I was going to say this though.
Okay, and
me
then
define
you
my-
say it, and you're
can I
like, I gave you a compliment. I'm like, you didn't give me a compliment. She did.
Yeah, but that information. I know, but that information.
You just reiterated it to me. Don't
Yeah,
come at me.
I know. I'm just saying,
I'll
Eleanor.
snap your neck.
I know you were.
on your own podcast.
I know, but can I just say this though? All right, is that I didn't have to give you that information.
You could have kept it inside.
Yeah, but
and
I wanted to
cried
make
at
you feel
night.
good. I want you to make you feel
Thank
good.
you. For
And
that,
yeah,
I say
and
thank
I
you.
go, I'm gonna make this fucking bitch. Make me feel good, right?
See? Fucking
This filthy
bitch.
fucking white bitch. You know what I mean? And so I throw it out there, and I didn't like the response, but that's all. But we're good.
Wait, did it really hurt your feelings? Because I didn't mean to, but we were on a podcast, so I'm fucking around.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
to.
I was kidding too.
Okay, good.
It didn't really hurt
But
my
wait,
feelings.
can I tell you this? Dice, we were in Vegas working at the Tropicana,
Oh,
the Laugh Factory Tropicana, with Harry Basil.
I
But
love him.
the best. And
The best.
so Dice's agents work with only rock stars. Like they have Billy Joel, they have giant rock stars. And there was a big rock festival, and I can't think of the name of it.
Yeah.
But their headliner couldn't get in the country because his passport.
That's
Or
right.
some shit. So they were like, what are we going to do? We have no headliner for this festival. And the guys running it were Dice's agents. So they were like, you want us to put Dice on? He's around the corner. We'll go get him. And so they were like, okay. So me and Andrew, after doing the show at the Troc, went over there at midnight and did that show.
My God.
I was,
How many people was it?
It It wasn't. It was at the Hard Rock in vinyl, so it wasn't that big. The joint's the bigger one.
Right.
But in vinyl, and it was all standing, and they were like, ah. So it was a rowdy crowd. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be awful.
Was it
for
awful?
me.
It was good, right?
But it took me a minute.
Oh, it did?
Because they were like, okay, where's Dice?
my
They were
God, those
already
are
chanting Dice.
That's the worst.
Chanting Dice, and then a woman comes up, so they're like, oh, is this a sacrifice?
Yeah.
So I was like, shit. And I don't know how, but I got them. And then Andrew went out and he killed for 45 minutes. So I was like, that was the hardest thing. I completely forgot we did that.
Wow. So that's what
Yeah,
that was.
so
She
that's
was there.
probably where she was.
That's where she saw you.
That was the big
Yeah.
festival.
Oh, that was the festival. Oh, wow.
Wasn't that exciting?
But
tell her I said thanks.
Is it hard because you were... I will.
Shout out to
Is
her.
it hard that, because you were engaged to Dice?
So he was your second fiance?
Second ex-fiance, yeah.
Yeah.
He hates when I say that, so I repeat it.
Yeah. And now, because you do a lot of shows with him.
Yeah, but
it's not
he's my
hard?
best friend. No, because what happened was we broke up when Freddie passed. Like I said, I checked out. It was hard. And then 20 days later, my grandma passed. And I was tight. My grandma was my mom's mom, So it was a lot of shit I was going through. So I just sabotaged the relationship. Well, he had nothing to do with it. I did it all myself. He just didn't understand it. But it wasn't like we hated each other. We were just kind of like, we almost like pounded it and tagged out like, hey, buddy, thanks.
Wow.
But I was so close with his kids. He got full custody of his kids, and I helped him do that in court and everything, and helped him raise them. So raise it. That's terrible. That's why I don't have children. But I helped him raise them, and so we're all very, very close. So it was almost
Dice's
like,
kids, Max and Dylan,
I've had the greatest.
are not just great.
They're on tour right now, still Rebel. If you can go
Really?
check them out, go check them out.
They
They're
are the
doing a
most
West Coast tour.
talented fucking musicians.
Seriously phenomenal.
I'm not kidding you, dude. They're like prodigies.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look up Still Rebel. Their music's online. You can play
They're so good. Especially that Dylan's great.
I'm telling you, when he was 10 years old, he asked for a guitar. And Andrew bought him a guitar, but he was like, ugh, I'm going to start wasting money on, big instruments that he's never going to play.
Yeah.
He was so obsessed with it. He would fall asleep playing the guitar. Like in his sleep, he would be playing it. Then one day I was driving him home from school. He goes, oh, who is this? I go, that's Carlos Santana. He's like, okay. He turns it up a little bit. We go home. I go, I'm sure your dad has his album. He puts it on. He plays it one more time. I'm making dinner.
Yeah.
He starts playing it. I go, get
Wow.
the fuck
Yeah.
out.
Wow. Yeah.
There's something wrong with that kid. I called Andrew. I go, come on, you got a weird kid here.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you, they are
gotta get
that fucking gifted.
And he writes all the songs.
Wow.
Everything.
And Dylan also, Max reminds me of his dad a little bit.
Oh, totally. It's a replica. It's the same person.
It's a replica, right? But Dylan reminds me of his mom in terms of the blonde.
They look like her, but also his mom can sing.
Oh, really?
So
That's where they
talented
get it.
that way.
Wow.
So he has that. He has her voice. She has a really strong voice. She's very talented herself. but
Wow.
She just doesn't do it.
Yeah.
Lazy.
But she's still in
I'm
their life.
kidding.
She's
Yeah,
still
of
in their
course.
life. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because I love that whole family.
But that's the whole thing. Everybody's still tight. I mean, those two, when they broke up, obviously they had a little bit more issues going on.
Yeah.
Because they were together for 17 years. So we were together for 5. It was like, oh, nothing. Oh, well,
Yeah.
whatever.
He's a great guy, though, huh?
Who?
Dice.
Really?
Yeah, because
I'm kidding. I'll
tell you why.
Shit on him.
Here's the last thing I want to say though
Always
about
funny
him
to shit on him.
is that I remember when you and I had that beef. He still let me open for him.
Oh my God.
At the
Yes, you just brought up a good one. Go ahead.
What happened?
so Dice goes, hey Ching. He used to call me Ching. You know what I mean? Hey Ching.
Thank God I'm not the only racist.
Yeah. And he goes, open for me. Bally's. Was it Bally's or?
He did Bally's. He did Stardust.
It was
I don't
me,
know.
Joey Diaz.
When we were together, it was Stardust. So I think that was when he was with his wife.
Oh, still.
Yeah.
But you were there, I remember. You were with the kids.
Oh, then that was the one weekend I babysat.
Yeah, you were there.
No, Patty Ross was opening that weekend.
No, I did it with. I know you were there because I remember trying to avoid you.
I feel like this is one of your.
It's not. I swear to God, it's not.
Imagination,
No,
because
no.
I babysat one weekend and Patty Ross
would
was
you-
the opener.
Can
I
just-
know that because they
Okay,
let
can
me
I
go
just
to
say
the
that-
last show.
Can I just listen to my story? Okay. It
What?
was me.
Fine, whatever
Jim
you made
Norton.
up.
Jim Norton. Joey Diaz. I know that was the lineup, right? Because I've talked to Joey and Jim about that.
Okay.
Night.
I believe you.
Right.
Jim opened for him for years.
And I remember you being there. Am I wrong?
Definitely. Because I wouldn't have been there the only time I was
my
there,
mind then.
not Bally's.
You like it, huh? When I'm fail.
Stardust.
You like it when I don't know what I'm doing.
What's the other big one that he did? Bellagio.
That's where I play Bellagio.
Elijah.
So Bellagio, he did make that deal with Marty.
All right.
Shit, I forgot his last name, but you know
no
what
one
I'm talking.
cares. No one gives a fuck.
He died.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh, I know.
but he gave him a
Rest
lot
in
of
peace.
money.
Yeah.
And they used to run the club in Brooklyn that he started at. So whatever, that club he did do. I don't know if I ever went though.
Oh, okay. Well, then we'll just let it go as my imagination.
You really have a fucked up imagination. But I wasn't.
Oh, you're
there, but
happy
this
now?
was my favorite. This was my favorite one when Dice and I were dating. We used to do these. This is how he was getting through his divorce. He was filming everybody at the Comedy Store. Do you remember that?
All right.
So he changed all the lighting. Like no permission from Mitzi or anybody. Wow. So I would have a full tray of drinks that I'd have to serve, and he'd be like, "No, I need you in this scene. Put the drinks down." I'm like, "I have customers," and he's like, "No, just do this real quick," and I'd have to do a fucking scene, and I'll bring out watered down drinks 10 minutes later.
Yeah.
So this is what he would do to everybody, and his favorite was to get Bobby Lee in there. So he had. Was it Ari beat you up?
Yeah.
At the dryers.
Well, yeah. You threw my.
Yeah.
You slammed my head against the dryer.
By the way, this was part of this was for his kid's bar mitzvah film.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like Bobby's getting his ass kicked, and it's a bar mitzvah film, and
Yeah.
it's just like all the comics are like, "Kill him!"
But
And I'm home, and he's like, "You want to watch the tapes that I filmed tonight?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And then you come on, and I just nod off, not intentionally, maybe.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But he goes, he's like, "What's your problem with Bobby Lee?" And I'm like, "I'm not getting involved. I'm not talking about it." And he's like, You're trying to prevent me from selling this show, aren't you? Because Bobby Lee would help me sell this show. I go, then have him help you fucking sell the show. He was furious and nearly kicked me out that night over you. And I was like, this is how fucking
What?
you turn on me for this little fucking yellow motherfucker.
One for the team.
Yeah, Dice
everyone
was
look at you.
definitely on
Everyone-
your side.
Yeah, one for the team.
Whatever, that's why I
What
broke
are,
up
what are
with
we doing
him.
at time?
We're over 50.
What does that mean?
So what we do at the end is we do a.
I'm not taking my clothes off.
No, we're not, we don't want to see your fucking wrinkly tits.
They're not
Okay?
wrinkly.
Yeah, they are.
I don't have tits.
All right.
They don't have enough skin to get wrinkled.
That's just like my mom. Her
Titless?
tits, yeah, but her tits stayed right here, and they look like 16-year-old tits because she didn't.
That's
really
what my
have
mom
it.
said to me when I was home. She's like, "These are like 16-year-olds."
I believe it.
Close. We're very close, my family.
At the end of our show, we do a. It's called Unhelpful Advice. We have emails, and then we either give them help or not. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
But these are real people with real problems, and we've helped people through a lot of bad
Is this
things.
you emailing so that I can give
No, I
some
don't-
advice?
no,
All
no,
right.
no, no.
I just want to make sure.
So go ahead.
Unhelpful Advice with Bobby, Khalyla, and Eleanor Kerrigan, a.k.a. Easy Rider.
Thank you.
That's her wrestling name.
That's right. He Googled it.
I did.
Ah.
Easy Rider. I was dating this girl who was very close in my friend group and had a kid. We were very close, and I quickly fell in love with her and also her kid. We were together for a year with many ups and downs, but broke up. She started seeing the new guy very quickly, and now 8 months later, I found out she's pregnant. She's very close to my friends and family, so I can't ignore her really. But it hurts whenever I see her or hear about her new boyfriend. So I don't know even if I want to see the kids in the future. What should I do to move on and preserve my mental health? Sincerely, Andrew.
Say it again.
Why?
I didn't understand any of it.
Really?
Just give me the footnotes.
Are you kidding?
Yeah. Give me the footnotes. Give me the footnotes.
What's wrong with you?
Give me the footnotes.
So basically, he has a kid, or he dated this woman.
Yeah.
Fell in love with her kids. They broke up.
Yeah.
The worst thing.
But now she's still close with his family, and he's close with her family. But he hates being around.
Okay, he's got to get out of that.
You just gotta, you just gotta
Yeah,
walk
I mean,
away.
it's easy.
Those are all her problems. Those kids.
Yeah.
Okay, I have one. This one's an interesting one. My father, a shit cunt. That was the subject of the email.
Okay, is this my brother Charlie? I'm kidding.
Dear Bobby, K, Gilbert, and fuckface white boy. I think that's you.
Oh, that's mean.
My name is keep him anonymous. My name is Adam from Melbourne, Australia. I always thought my dad was a good person, a bit strange, maybe a hermit, but ultimately a good person. However, upon reflecting, I think I have it all completely wrong. I am 32 now. I recently, in April, decided to stop talking to my father. Permanently or not, time will tell. My brother has not spoken to my dad in over 15 years. My brother's decision. I always thought that my brother was more sensitive than me and held grudges, but I never judged him for not speaking to him. I don't remember much of my childhood, but remember vividly upon reflecting a lot of negative, harmful, and insane behavior carried out. Anyways, short things. He gave like a whole list of things from 12 to 17. He basically emotionally abused this kid. I'm just gonna keep it brief. One example is he told me that I had a bad back between 5 and 17 years old. He told me that I had a bad back, and as a child I couldn't play sports or do anything physical, even though now I know I never had a bad back. He blamed my back on my grandmother hitting me and hurting it severely, but this never happened. Whenever he caught us doing any sports at school, he would yell and scream. He also was really, I guess, emotionally bad to the mother and whatnot. Anyways, his question is not talking to him the thing to do? Mentally, he is sick, but I don't see that as an excuse. What should I do? Should he continue a relationship with his father or not? He feels like he's now realizing that this man is toxic.
Yeah, but also it's only affecting him. It's not affecting the dad. Like I have a brother that doesn't talk to my dad.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Daddy has no idea you don't talk to him. He gives no shits.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
it's only affecting him.
Oh my God, that's such a good
That's
point.
an interesting point.
Yeah, but and that's how my mom raised up, because my parents split up. They had 10 kids, and he left my mom with 10 kids, and I used to pretend to hate him on the phone, like, ugh. And she would be like, why are you doing that for me? Don't do that for me. That's your father. Just, you have to be respectful. That's it.
Whoa.
Bottom line. Like,
I think you're right. I think that it seems like this man is probably mentally ill.
yeah.
And even though he's done everything wrong in your life, he needs more help than you.
Exactly.
And maybe cutting it off is going to do you more damage than to him. Yeah, that's not proving your point. I don't think he'll get the point.
Yeah, it only affects the person that's holding it.
Right.
So-
You're so right.
It's also, my dad did a lot of abusive stuff. Beat us, beat my mom, alcoholic, I had a difficult childhood. And now he's an old man. He's had a bunch of strokes. And I just look at him and go, he's my dad. And he did the best he could. I have no resentment toward all that bullshit. If I had a time machine, if I were even to see it, I would probably see it in my eyes, which is he was doing the best he can. He had a disease or whatever, right? I'm not justifying my dad's violence, but at the end of the day, I have a choice to make. Cut him out, or, in his old age, help him. And I've chosen to help him and my mom and, I help them, retire and have an easy life, None of the other resentment and anger is going to help the situation,
Right.
It's just going to make it worse for you. Plus, you're the change. So that's,
Right.
Yeah.
you know what not to do, what not to be.
Also, as long as you set certain boundaries for yourself and still remain in contact with this, with a dad, then that's okay. As long as as long as you're able to acknowledge exactly what he's doing to you, and which he seems to be doing just fine. If he's
Yeah.
able to enumerate
He
all
breaks it
those
down.
things, he's like, okay, these are all things that he's done that aren't.
I mean, there are
healthy.
things, if he did certain things, that is unexcusable.
Yeah,
Like if
but-
he raped him, you know what I mean, every day.
Oh yeah, that's
Of course.
different.
Yeah. That's one thing, you know what I mean? But
But it seems like he had Munchausen's, telling his kid that he was sick and with a bad back his whole
Yeah.
life.
wow. Yeah,
Because
Munchausen.
you didn't feel like paying for sports. Sports are
Right.
expensive.
Or you just a
It's a really
cheap
good
bastard.
He was smart. Yeah.
You don't want to do that. You gotta get the whole outfit.
You have scoliosis.
He gets a fake ass
Yeah.
X-ray of like a curved spine.
That's awfully curved, Dad. It's really bad, son.
Yeah. Well, anything else? Is that it? That's it.
That's it.
There's no other questions?
We have
That's
a lot, but I feel like
A lot of them are just guys saying, "How do I talk to this girl?" It's
we-
like
I
Yeah,
think-
we have a lot of that. We have a lot of that.
I
I
have-
get so angry about that.
I have one more if you guys want to listen
Let's do
to
one
this
more.
one.
Let's do one more.
Cheating one?
In the past, I've had trouble staying monogamous in relationships, and I'm scared that I could one day fuck up my future family and relationship with someone I truly love by cheating. I always go into a relationship thinking that I would never do something like that, but alcohol, sex, addiction, hormones, emotions, or whatever else it could have been has caused me to mess up in the past. My mother had 1 to 2 affairs, and I think it may have severely messed with my head and understanding of relationships. Cheating does lead me to immense stress, shame, guilt, self-hatred, suicidal thoughts, blah, blah, blah. Can you guys touch on how you stay monogamous?
Really, Khalyla? Blah, blah, blah.
Blah blah blah. Right after
Suicidal
blah, blah, blah.
thoughts. Sorry, I'm trying to be brief.
Savage over here.
I take that back. I take that back. Let me finish that sentence.
You're absolutely right.
Self-hatred, suicidal thoughts.
Holocaust, blah, 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 blah.
I meant to say etc.
Etc.
Which makes me wonder. Okay, can you guys touch on how you stay monogamous, why you think people cheat, and possibly share your experiences? Is there any retribution for past cheaters? How many people do you have to sleep with before you're ready to settle down?
B.
Love B.
Well, my parents were monogamous, and they were old Korean people, and they just never cheated. And so I don't know what it is. I just never done it.
You've never cheated on anyone in your life.
I have done this. I have gone to a strip club and gotten a lap dance and came through my jeans without my dick out.
I don't think that counts.
That's what I'm saying. That's the most I've done. And even when I did that, it was like I was on the border of relapse. Like I was sober then. And I was like, is that, you know what I mean? Like I had to talk to 1,000 people. So I've never done it. But at the same time, I don't know if I'd be devastated if somebody cheated on me.
If Khalyla cheated on
Really?
you would not be devastated.
You wouldn't be devastated?
I mean, it would be like, why'd you do that? Like, we have a monogamous thing.
I think the monogamy is just a decision two people make. I don't think it's like how all relationships should be. I know people who are in open marriages who've been together, a long time.
Anybody that's in an open marriage never lasts.
Really?
They don't?
Never, ever.
Ever, right?
I don't know anyone that's last, aside from Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, and I don't know how.
Do you think that
are
they open about their
no,
open?
that bitch is crazy. She'll stab. There's no way.
Well, I lived with 2 men for years. For what, 4 years?
Gay guys?
No, like I was in a relationship with two
I was like,
men.
gay guys they're gonna cheat.
Before I met her,
pigs.
she was living with 2 guys, and she was seeing both of them at the same time.
Yeah, but that was also
and
tumultuous.
they knew about each other.
Yeah.
They were roommates, all of them.
Yeah,
But
we all
they
lived together.
hated each other?
They weren't particularly close. They kind of just tolerated each other. Not tolerated. They were friends.
They were trying
we
to
traveled
outdo
together.
one another, and-
They never did one another.
No. Outdo by
You.
getting
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Yes.
But it was exhausting for me, and I will never do
Yes.
that again, because to carry
proud
the
of you.
emotions of 2 people was. I thought
It's
first I was like,
insane.
wow, I get this freedom, and it's not freedom. In fact, it's a bigger
It's
ball
worse.
and chain.
You have to keep up with the lies.
Oh,
or
it
whatever.
was yeah.
Yeah.
There were 2 great people, but it was way more exhausting than I was ready for. And no, I can't. I don't have the energy to even fucking brush my hair.
Yeah.
I'm more for like fucking take.
Are you
care.
seeing anybody now?
No. What do you do?
Hey, white guy.
No, I'm single. I got rid of my 3rd ex-fiance.
Who was it, a comic or no?
No, this is going to sound real weird. It was Dice's ex-wife's uncle.
Whoa.
But they were together when we were dating. Because Dice got divorced again a year ago. But I was dating her uncle.
Oh, wow.
It's real white trash.
Wow. Pretty white trash, yeah.
But he was awesome. He's awesome. He's a great
Was
guy.
she young? That last
Ronnie, I don't know if you ever
I
met
never
her.
met
The
her.
good-looking... No. Oh, her.
Yeah.
She was gorgeous.
Well, how old was she?
How old was she?
When I saw the photos, it was like, is she
Why do you
25?
want to know how old she is? That's how old she was when they got married.
Yeah.
But they were together for 8 years.
Wow.
Let's see how good your math is.
33.
There you go. That's
there
off,
you go.
isn't it? I don't know. I'm looking at you for help. No, but yeah. So her uncle and I went out, but we're still friendly. It just didn't work. He was always jealous, always thought I was cheating because he was a cheat his whole life and has trust issues. I almost threw him off a boat. We were on a cruise. I was working the Kid Rock cruise.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just gonna kill him. Like, and we're both ghetto like that. Like,
Yeah.
we have no problem burying someone.
Yeah.
So
South
that's
Philly.
right, Bobby.
Yeah.
I've got no problem.
You would never kill me.
You have no idea what I would do.
I don't think you would.
But I literally was thinking, oh, this is easy. Just tip him over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens all the
cleanup.
time
Yeah.
in boats.
Yeah.
He'll just
He's already
fall off.
high. He'll just go down.
Yeah.
So, and I always tell him about it, and he laughed because it's just that's how angry I was. That if I was talking to somebody, he'd be like, "Why'd you hug that guy twice?" And I'm like,
Oh my god.
"Why'd you say hello to that person?" And I'm like, "I can't do this."
Yeah, you can't do it.
You have
No,
a giant
no.
dick, but I'm going.
Yeah.
Like, sorry.
So what advice do you have to offer to the guy who wants to keep his dick in his pants?
Monogamy's not real. I'm just kidding. I mean, if you don't find the person you love, then
Do you think that it's easy to stay faithful if you absolutely love somebody?
Yes.
I think so.
Do you think that it's it's inner human nature to stay with one person?
Depends.
That's a very broad philosophical question that I'm not
Biological
even willing.
question.
I'm not really willing to answer right now.
But don't you think it's individualism? Like every person's different.
Totally.
So
Yeah.
my
Their
dad was a
experiences.
cheat.
Ah.
Yeah, but my brothers, I can't say all of them cheat. I can't say all of them don't.
You know,
I hope my sister-in-laws aren't listening.
They're huge
I don't
Belly
have a
fans.
single positive example of a faithful man in my entire life besides my dad. But my dad was also married like 3 times before my mom.
He's needy.
Yeah. But all the males in my family, in my Filipino side, are all shitty husband, cheaters, just shitty altogether, shitty fathers. And for some reason, having seen that really kept me on a straight line when it comes to relationships. I saw the outcome of all of that, and it struck fear in my heart. Like, I cannot have that. I don't want any part of that. So yeah, it could go either way. It could either make you say, oh, genetically I'm predisposed to cheating, it's just in my family, or
Right.
you could be the exact opposite of it.
I look at comics and I see someone like Al Madrigal. I'm going to be very careful here.
Very, very careful.
Yeah.
Please.
I see someone like Al Madrigal and Kristen. You know.
Oh, they're terrific.
And they're
together.
terrific and monogamous. Have children. I've eaten there. It's very nice, and they have placemats, and you know what I mean. It's
They're
nice
human.
silverware.
They're
Yeah, yeah.
weird.
I've eaten there. It's
Placemats.
like a restaurant.
And then there are other comics that I know that they're married. I've known these guys for 15 years. Never met their wives.
Yeah.
Right.
Dice
And-
was very monogamous.
Oh yeah, he
Very
was.
much so.
Yeah, but I know a couple of guys that we all know that are loosey goosey, and
good
I
name for it.
don't.
You don't condone it?
Not only do I not condone it, I say it. I go, dude, that's not. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, that's why we don't like hanging out with you because they say shit like that. And I'm like,
You
all right.
judgy?
Judgy.
No, I
I've
just
heard
think that it's your if you lie, it's lying, and you're living.
And they
in,
put you in that predicament too. Like
Yeah.
they're making you an accomplice now.
Right.
That's
yeah,
the
yeah. I
worst
hate
when
that
you're an
now.
accomplice and now you have the girlfriends crying to you and you're like, oh shit.
I can't say anything, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But I just don't. I don't condone it, but it exists, and I know a lot of guys that do it. But I only know comics, you know, or actors, you know, and but I know a lot of them that like look at Vanderbeek. He's gotten his 50th kid with
50
in the last year.
Who?
Home birth.
James Vanderbeek.
Home birth.
Oh, he's got a lot of kids?
Yeah.
He hasn't asked me. I wouldn't have carried the full term. But I would have taken the shot.
All right, give Eleanor a round of applause, everybody. She was great.
Thank you, Bobby.
She was great.
You guys were great. I think the white guy was the best. But
Any dates or anything? we
Yeah,
should
anything you
follow?
want to plug?
are you still trying to set me up? Oh, those. Holtzman's texting me right now because we're doing a show on November 4th. Are you doing that?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, okay. He's like, send me a headshot.
I'm trying to get
year is it
Holtzman
for
to
him?
do this.
Okay.
But does he do? How is he at the Comedy Store one?
Great.
He
People
is.
love him.
They do.
Yeah. I mean,
Because I'm so afraid to use him because he might. I don't know.
no,
Sometimes.
he's great. I mean, he's silly as all get out.
Yeah,
but
I love it.
we had him on the live one, and he was doing this. He does this stupid bit about a dog barking.
Yeah, yeah. Really?
And we were like, dude, it's live. Like, they can see that there's no dog in the room.
Yeah.
but he's just nutty like that.
Yeah. Brian Holtzman is the craziest. I mean, he's so inventive and brilliant, but he's so hostile at times, right?
Yeah.
And you don't really know sometimes where it's going to go.
Of course
But
not.
my dream is to have him on the show.
No, definitely get
I'm
him.
100% going to do it.
On a Monday night, if he's not hanging out with his buddies, he'll do it because
Yeah.
he's like weird like that.
I love
he's like,
him.
I gotta hang out with my guys. I'm like, all right, I don't know
Yeah.
what that
Relax.
means, but yeah. So October 1st through the 3rd, I'm headlining at the Laugh Factory at Tropicana,
Oh, cool.
and then the following weekend I'll be featuring for Dice at the same place.
Wait, do you stay over like for 2 weeks out there?
No, it's 4
It's-
hours
how
away.
depre-
What are you talking
Do you get
about?
depressed doing it?
No. I bring my
Vegas?
car. I drive. Dice has a house there, so
Oh, you stay at the house?
you kind of get away from things.
Oh, you
yeah,
do?
Yeah.
Because when I used to do those weeks there,
Oh,
like
if
the
you're stuck
16
in a hotel
shows at
room.
Harrah's,
That's awful.
and you're like, should I kill myself right now?
At the Riviera, did you ever do that?
Oh, yeah.
one?
It was
Ugh.
the worst.
We had 18 shows for a time.
Oh,
Sharippa.
God. And no one's there. It's dark. It's gloomy. And you,
That's when I used to book all the comics for Sharippa.
no.
Yeah. Notice you didn't get booked. So,
I did work for him a couple times, though.
yeah, but he booked you on his own.
I know.
That
I
wasn't
did.
me.
Yeah. a round of applause for Eleanor.
And make sure you check her out at the Wow Wrestling at the Belasco Theater
Thank you,
on
Belasco.
October
Belasco, I was
10th and
just there.
11th.
Yes.
In LA.
It's a live show. It's fun.
That's a nice theater.
You guys will come.
We'd love to.
We'll be right back, guys.
Ugh.
Everyone in the Slept Kingdom is special to us.
Yeah.
Every single one of you sleepers and nappers. But there are real papayas, and these are people that donate to our Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
And on this show, we get to say their names, or real names, human
Human name.
papayas. All right.
The real.
So the real
papayas.
papayas is Chikako Kanazawa.
Like that name.
Heads up to you, friend.
I like the name Chicago because there's a girl.
There's a bunch of names, babe.
I know, but I'm just saying, Chicago was
I know,
the
but
girl's
you
name on
don't do
Terrace
a-
House.
Don't
Aloha
do a story
Stay.
for every fucking name, okay?
She's going to do
Go
it.
with the next one. I'll give you a
Second,
story.
Greg Johnson. We have Greg Johnson. Thank you for
I
listening.
know a Greg.
Yeah, no.
My friend Greg. I went to his wedding last year.
Wow.
Mafiz Ismail.
I know an Ismail from the Philippines. He has 6 toes.
We have Juan J. Aguirre.
Went to high school with him.
Or Aguirre.
He was
Ooh,
he was
Aguirre.
in
I assume
ASB.
Aguirre, but I don't know.
Aguirre. babe.
Aguirre.
Aguirre. God, you're so white.
Yeah. We have Laszlo Tati.
Like that one.
Laszlo's a
Laszlo.
great name. I'm naming my kid Laszlo.
Yeah. We have Mateas
Matias.
Scholl Rodriguez.
Shoal, German and Latino.
Very special. We have Melvin Flores.
Flores.
Melvin Flores. God bless you. Flores is Spanish for flowers.
Thank you.
My best friend's last name is Flores.
All right, babe. We got Michael
Oh, yeah.
Keski Pukila.
What
Pokilla.
is that?
Pokilla.
Killa. That's
Killa.
a great name. Hold on, let me see.
Is that Hawaiian?
Keski?
What is that?
We have one more name, guys. Sanjay Siraj.
Siraj.
Suraj. You guys, you not only do you does your name get called in here? This little list right here goes into my magic boxes.
Wow.
I have more than one, and I put it in there. I do a little seance.
Mm-hmm.
I light some candles. And a lot of great things are going to happen for you.
Yes.
I believe it. You have to believe it in yourselves, guys. But I love you. Thank you so much for participating. This show, we've been doing for free for a very long time. And we just need a little extra love every once in a while.
And these guys are giving so much
it to us.
extra
So
love.
thank you so
Along
much.
with everybody else who
Everyone
has,
listening, thank you so much. But our patrons have been also one of our favorite episodes.
Really fun.
Yeah, they've been really fun, even though somebody didn't show up to the last couple.
I
But anyway,
apologize.
it's fine.
George, why don't you come on this side? Why don't you take that seat? So, guys, thank you for being those real papayas, and thank you for everyone that just listens to the show. I mean, all of you are great.
just
We
keep
love
it
you
open,
all.
Bryce.
Really quick though, MMA Minute with Khalyla.
I didn't watch the fights.
Okay.
I only know the results. Like Carolina got knocked out. I know that Tyron Woodley did a Darce choke. I know that Aljamain Sterling and that other guy did that weird submission.
the hamstring pull, that one.
Yeah,
With,
it's like so rare, but
Zabit?
two guys did it in one night.
Yeah.
I know that's basically all I know.
Well,
I read up on it.
I would say rewatch the Tyron and Till fight just so you can see.
I saw Darren Till hug Tyron's mom
Mom.
afterwards. Very cute.
Very cute.
I saw Khalyla get knocked out. Very painful.
I didn't watch that yet. I don't know. I can imagine
Yeah.
she's so tiny compared to Andrade, right? Khalyla?
Well, Andrade, Khalyla is taller, but Andrade is just really. She's like a Claudia Gadelha in that way. She's really like muscular.
Like you. Super
Yes, like me.
muscly. Gross.
Gross.
Stop
All triceps.
Stop doing lat workouts.
How do you know?
I can tell. They're huge.
There's like only two things that are big in my body.
Lats and what?
No,
just
not
the-
lats. My traps.
Oh, your traps and what?
And then my triceps. They're like they're overgrown. They've
Yeah.
always been. Even if I don't do anything, I just have big triceps. It's really
It's like
kinda
George.
gross.
He's got big delts.
big delts.
overgrown.
Right there, George.
Bryce immediately laughs.
He's like delts. He's like looking down.
He's like, where
Where
are my delts?
Shut up, Bryce.
George, any announcements? Anything for the kingdom to know? In terms of
No.
Patreon, YouTube, what do we got going on?
Thanks so much, everybody who's listening to the Patreon. Yeah, we're having a lot of fun with those. So if you want any bonus content on Monday, go to patreon.com/TigerBelly.
Yeah, and we might even be putting up Khalyla's workout on there. It's a little fun thing if you want to get those overgrown lats.
traps. I
Traps.
do have. When
You
I
have-
was,
I see your lats.
I know my lats are pretty big. Well, it's inescapable. If you've ever just been a
Swam,
swimmer
yeah.
for an extended amount
Michael
of time,
Phelps. Oof.
have you seen the width of my shoulders or my sister's
They're
shoulders?
wide.
We have just the widest shoulders. I could be skinny and still look like a big girl because of my shoulders. They're gonna be
Yeah.
big forever. Can't do anything about it. But I did have a shout out. Number one, to our dear friend Asa Akira. She hosted the Pornhub Awards last week at the Belasco Theater.
I know she was the host.
She hosted.
Awesome.
So me, dumbfounded Jenna.
Name drop.
We went to go see her, and you guys will not believe who showed up. And it turns out he actually art directed the whole award show. It's Kanye.
Yeah, I thought
And
that
he
was
performed.
I thought that was a joke when I saw that on the internet, and you sent me a picture, and I was like, "What?"
No, he performed. He was there. All the girls were dressed in Yeezy. Then it was actually kind of cool
It was like a concert. Where was this?
at the Belasco Theater.
Oh, where WoW will be at.
Yeah.
Nice.
But more importantly, Asa did so amazing. I honestly felt so much pride in my heart. She was so composed. She was funny. Yeah, that's just what she's good at. And she was stunning. Second shout out, I did the Tinfoil podcast last week with Sam Tripoli and Ryan.
Gotta listen.
What's his last name?
Off the grid, Ryan.
Oh, he goes by
okay.
the handle. It's like how you're like just Khalyla.
Yeah, that's true. But you can find my last name
Yeah,
if you
but
want it to.
you're like
I'm just like Madonna.
You're like a one name model with
Ew.
huge lats.
Ew, but thank you. I'll take it. I did their podcast last week, and as you guys know, I hate getting out of the house at all. But this podcast, I genuinely had so much fun doing. So check it out. It's on YouTube and everything
And
else, right?
Yeah, all the audio platforms.
Yeah. They're awesome. They were so easy to talk to.
Wherever you're hearing this or watching this, you can
Yeah.
find that.
Here's what you talked about. I will subscribe and listen.
I only have one regret about that podcast. It's when they asked me about Crazy Rich Asians, I was very like, nah, kind of like dismissed it. But I didn't have time to think. And now that I think about it.
Retract it right now.
Yeah, because I was like, yeah, it's just like rich Asian people and there's like a class difference and I can't relate. And I was like, wait, what am I saying?
Because they'll help us make the movie about the other people.
Yeah, but what I meant to say was it's great that that's out there, but I can't relate because I'm not rich.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean that it's not a good movie because it is.
Yeah. Our guest next week will be Henry Golding.
He's very attractive. He's in that new movie too with Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Speaking of that, do you see that picture of them three? This is why I don't trust my mom when she says things to me. Like if she's like, "Oh, you're a handsome boy," I'm like, "I don't trust you because you're my mom because you send stuff like this."
What is that, Gilbert?
What is
It's a
this?
picture of Henry Golding in that new movie, and then she asks, "Is that you sitting down?" No, Mom. I'm not a male model that's half British.
This is something only a mom would do. Look, I find you to be a very handsome guy, but you do not look like Henry Golding.
I will say. How from like this?
And,
about this
okay,
egg?
did it flatter you for a little
Not
bit?
from my mom, but I will say, here are the two comparisons I get. It's either Eddie Bravo, which I still don't.
No,
see.
Eddie Bravo, 100%.
100%.
No.
100. You guys
His
are
nose
identical
is
twins,
pointy.
separated at birth. No, you're Eddie Bravo.
And then I get this too from certain angles, but I think it's just because.
Wait, hold on. People say you look like Henry Golding. Get the fuck out of here.
He
Gilbert.
says himself. No, he looks in the mirror himself.
Oh, you fucking kidding me right now?
He looks in the mirror from certain angles. He's like, yeah, that's who I look like.
Gilbert, I think you are.
I don't think I do. I don't think I do. I'm just saying the people spoke.
That's like me saying that I resemble Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, you do.
Shut Gilbert,
do.
I think that you're very
one?
handsome in your own way. But there's no resemblance. Zero.
I don't think so either. I'm just saying four people. Hold on. I don't say I
either.
do.
I'm just
saying,
a lot of people have said this.
saying people send me photos and ask me. Yeah, we're taking a picture of this right now because look, guys. First of all, I don't get the Eddie Bravo one, but funny thing before the podcast started, George. These two girls thought George sounded like Jimmy Stewart and were attracted to him. Just wanted to put that out there.
Everybody says I sound like Jimmy Stewart. What do you?
You know that George came to. We did a Patreon in the desert in Joshua Tree.
J Tree.
That was really nice.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I wish you would have been there.
Did you guys? Well, I guess did you guys talk about it in the second one?
Which one?
Second Patreon.
Yeah, and there's the one that's coming out on Monday.
On Monday.
We did the recap of the.
Yeah, but
trip.
So Bobby does
in the
a
Patreon, you'll hear
completely
Bobby's
different
go-
version of the Eleanor story
Which is how you should-
on the Patreon.
Which is hilarious.
We recorded it and I was like, wow, this is the most complete version ever.
He made it. Well, listen to it, but listening to her side of it, I was like, did he just
Lie?
completely create this false, story in his head? He did.
Well,
But
I think that's what he realized
sure
today.
It built up slowly, like
You know they say
different things.
hindsight is 20/20. No, it's not. Whatever. His hindsight is like 23,000. He doesn't remember things accurately at all. My goodness.
Well, now you have to check out the Patreon to find out what is true and what is not.
If you want to hear lies, get on.
If you want to hear a full lie for 30
30
minutes.
minutes.
Hilarious lies.
In the desert. I guess the desert does that.
Do you like shadow play? Well, check out the Patreon.
Bobby is all shadow play, man.
I don't even know anymore.
That's she. Oh shit,
Did someone just poop? Did Bryce just fart? Ugh,
babe.
the dog pooed. What? Ow. What's going on? Anyways, let's wrap this up. I don't have the stuff, so make sure.
All right, don't
check out our
miss Leesa's
sponsors.
limited sale. Get up to $235 off and free shipping on the Leesa mattress at
Yep.
leesa.com/belly.
And what else?
Or if you want to check out your ancestry and stuff,
Ooh.
23andme.com/TigerBelly.
Maybe George is Asian.
Are
only.
you gonna do it too?
I want to do it.
Okay, let's all do it.
And if you want a slim, sleek, and delicious designed wallet or knife, go to ridgewallet.com and use the promo code TigerBelly.
It's like Blade Runner in your pocket.
It is an actual blade in your pocket.
This has a little knife that can cut you.
I'm excited for the knife, man.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay, it's not like a murder, but that's fine.
I'm
Okay,
excited for
sponsor
the
us.
Heidi ho. I'm excited for the knife.
Howdy ho, amigos. I'm excited for the knife. Bryce.
I'm sorry. I'm showing excitement for people who are helping us keep this podcast running, Gilbert.
George, where can we follow you?
George_Kimmel on Instagram.
Khalyla, where can we follow you?
You can follow me
Hey, you speak English? What happened?
at Calamity K. Now let me spell that for you. It's K.
Now, let me spell that. What are you doing right now? You've never done this
trying-
before.
Trying to channel my inner George Kimmel.
Camaraderie.
Oh, that works.
Oh heavens! Let me just.
Oh, heavens.
Oh heavens! Dollars to donuts.
Ew,
it's-
gross.
What else does he say? Oh yeah, when he does the reverse shaka. Oh my god! Just put a stake
Well, you gotta
through
let
my
people
heart.
know this is a shaka. So
Rock and
just say
roll,
shaka.
love, shaka.
Yeah.
All three.
Okay, let me please spell out
Yes,
my
please.
handle for you. That's KHALAMITYK, and it's the same for both Instagram and Twitter.
Son of an ice cream. Anyways, and also follow Bobby Lee at BobbyLeeLive.com and all his other stuff at Bobby Lee. And follow me at this page, Henry Golding. Have a good night, everyone.
It's so fucking sad. You know what makes me sad, Neil? Is that I really
I do not think I look. I don't.
Yes, he
I do
does.
not
He
think
does
I
do
look
that.
at. Okay, this is ridiculous.
Because I
Yes.
think a lot of people do send me this picture.
That's ridiculous.
Oh my
You
god.
had it zoomed in before.